Just up in front of them, there's some more cars in traffic. Looks like one of the ICI Auto Color Team Dunnigan entries. That's the number 26 of Mike Ordway that is right now in front. Big crash in turn number 4. Couple of cars getting upside down. Tim Snyder's car in the air. It looks like a car up on its side over there. That is Dave Schulick's number 33 machine that is literally sitting up on its side.
Paul, look at the fuel just pouring out of the number 3 of Schulick. These drivers are scrambling to get out of the car. Hopefully there won't be any more problems here.
There's Tim Snyder. He's climbing over to try to lend some assistance to Danny Sewell in the number 32. See a little heat building up there. And, Romy, that's a bad sign. We can see the heat at the top of the screen. We've got a fire on our hands
here. The fire started. Must be their fuel has hit some hot parts on the cars. We got the 32 Sewell. He's on fire. He's on the ground trying to put himself out. And hopefully the 33 of Schulick, hopefully he's cleared his car.
The Oswego Speedway fire safety crew is on the scene immediately, spraying a lot of extinguisher material down, trying to put this fire out, and a lot of steam coming out, kind of obscuring our view here. A couple of the drivers involved in the crash just ahead on the speedway, they're all gathered up away from the fire scene. It looks like the fire has flared up again. The safety crew's right on top of things, though, as they continue to put the extinguisher material down. And again, our view kind of blocked from our position up here. But we are getting word on the radio that Dave Schulick is out of his car. All the drivers involved in the crash are okay. That is certainly a great relief. We are under red here on the Budweiser International Classic at Oswego Speedway. We'll come back as the cleanup begins in just a moment on Empire Sports. The aftermath of a very hard crash and very serious fire here at the Oswego Speedway. It's Danny Sewell coming over to his wife, Barbara, letting her know that he is okay. A little warm, but otherwise okay after this hard crash up in turns 3 and 4. If you're just joining us here on Empire Sports Network, here's a look from the outside turn number 3 at what triggered this incident. Tim Snyder's car vaulting up over the top of Dave Schulick's car. Schulick's car on its side, and then as the camera zooms in, you will see the methanol fuel that these race cars run pouring out of the fuel cell of the Schulick automobile. Dave Schulick at one point here actually removes his driving gloves and sets them on the outside of the race car as he's waiting for the safety crew to come over and kind of give him a hand. Tim Snyder gets out of the car, discovers the fire. Now you can start to see the little ripples. That means the heat is building up. Snyder now realizes that there is a fire. He's rolling down on the track to put himself out. Danny Sewell also got a little bit heated up. The fire starts to flare up here, and immediately you can see the Oswego Speedway fire safety crew extinguishers at the ready coming up to extinguish the fire. Another driver coming out. There comes Schulick's gloves up on the outside. You just saw his hand up there. At that time, he did not realize until all the dry chem started flying through the air that there was a serious fire right at the back of his race car. We watched the fire crews. They are pouring the extinguisher material right down at the base of the fire. Couple of other drivers moving around here looking over to see if they can give Dave Schulick a hand. There's Dave with his arm waving out the window. He's going to need some assistance in getting the belts undone to get out of the race car. One of the safety crew members reaching over to give him a hand. The fire flared up a second time. You could see it from this angle, engulfing the Snyder Zero machine. And the fire safety crews had to go grab additional extinguishers. Fortunately, the fire trucks here at the Speedway carry several onboard fire extinguishers for just such a purpose. On the right-hand side of the screen, you can see climbing out through the Nerf bar. There's Dave Schulick climbing out of the race car. Let's go trackside to Norris McDonald.
Came out of the ambulance. You thought you had some heat on your back. What was the prognosis?
I'm okay. I think I might have started singeing my suit, but I was trying to grab Dave and get him the heck out of there. I felt my back get hot, so I just threw myself on my back and rolled around, and then I said, where's the phone box? I'm getting the hell out of here. And here he comes running right after me, so it must be it worked out okay.
Well, yeah, because, you know, on the replay, everything looks like it was almost done in unison, in concert. You know, you guys had no thought for yourself. You were worried about the other guys, and in the meantime, all three of you got out of there.
That's what's important. We're all okay.
Okay. Now, from your perspective, what happened here? Where you know, obviously you're coming into 3. Take us from there.
I was coming into 3. Dave McKnight was slowing down a lot. I went in, and next thing I know, I'm turning around sideways. I don't know whether he pushed up the track, caught my left ear, turned me sideways. I know there was contact there. I don't know. I know there was room there because he had the groove. I don't know. It's just a racing accident, I guess.
Well, I really do think that that's what it was, a racing accident, but certainly one of the most spectacular we've ever had in the International Classic.
Well, don't blame that on me. I didn't want to be here.
Nobody's blaming anybody, Danny. We're just thankful you are here. You're all in one piece. Go on back to the pits. Start relaxing.
Thank you.
Okay. Back.
I got in there and I saw the fire on the left side.
Oh,
I lost my sunglasses.
look at the car. Oh, my God.
I lost my sunglasses. It's close though.
I don't care about your
I was
sunglasses.
pinned and I couldn't get out.
Dave, look at the
Now look at the ruptured fuel cell on the Schuck automobile. Norris McDonald is standing by with him right now.
Right, hub rail. About 10 minutes ago, you were in the fight of your life up there in an upside-down race car on a fire. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I was okay. The car got upside down pretty hard, but I was okay, and I just sat there for a while and didn't realize there was a fire, I guess. And I just kind of caught my breath and took my gloves off, lit my shield up, and I see Danny Sewell jump over the top of my car like he come to grab me, and I didn't understand what was going on, and I seen he was on fire. All of a sudden he dropped to the ground and tried to put the fire out, and I heard somebody else fire. The first thing thought, geez, I already took my gloves off, and I couldn't get out of the car. My shoulder strap, left shoulder strap, was tied up on the headrest. Then I'm pushing, and I just couldn't get loose, and then it started getting pretty hot, and I was like, and I had my arm up, and I yelled for help, and I didn't see anybody coming, so I said, I'm gonna have to go by myself, so I just kept pushing, and finally the left shoulder harness, whatever, was hooked on top loose, and I was able to get out, but then when I stood on the ground, it was so slippery, it was just slipping and sliding, and they grabbed my hands and pulled me up out of there.
Well, you were aware that there were 3 members of the track safety crew up on top of the car helping you out. You probably were too busy to notice at that time, but I'll tell you, they were there.
Yeah, I'm sure they were. Like I say, in the position I was sitting upside down, I really couldn't see anybody, you know, and I yelled for help, and I had my hand up, and I didn't know if anybody else knew they were fired, but I guess they did, you know, more than I did.
How did you see the accident starting, Dave? Do you recall that at all?
No, I really didn't see. My side tank fuel was spraying overflow, and my face shield was pretty dirty, and I didn't want to tear it off that early in the race, so my vision was kind of bad, and it all happened up front, and I got slowed down, and then somebody hit me from behind. I think somebody said hit me from behind and went up over the top of both of us, and that's what launched or cut the fuel cell and turned me upside down.
Well, we're glad to see you standing here in one piece with no visual damages. You've been checked out by the safety crew. As Roy Silva says, if you're going to have a bad accident, you can't have it in a better place than this. They look after you.
I had Empire Sports camera on the back of my car for an in-car camera. I hope he didn't try his camera.
Well, you'll never know. You say you lost your sunglasses in there.
Yeah, that's what upsets me more than anything. I can't find my sunglasses, but I got a spare pair.
Okay, well, Dave Schuck, all in one piece. All he's missing are his sunglasses, Roy.